Om Shakti, beautiful people. How are you today? Yoga Vasistha again. I think this is episode 4 or 3. I forgot to be honest. This is a very important. I will read actually 2 pages. It's about karma, fate, God, and these kind of things. It's actually something which I say since I was born to my students about self action and God and many other things like that. So let us read the pages and then I will explain you a little bit more. Okay? Be with me and excuse my pronunciation. I speak many languages, so because of that, some difficulties may be difficult for me at times to pronounce them. Om Shakti. Vasistha continue. Vasistha began the second day discourse. As is the effort, so is the fruit, O Rama. This is the meaning of self effort, and it is also known as fate or divine will. When affected by suffering, people cry, Alas, what tragedy, or Alas, look at my fate, both of which mean the same thing. What is called fate or divine will is nothing other than the action or self effort of the past. The present is infinitely more potent than the past. They indeed are fools who are satisfied with the fruits of their past efforts, which they regard as divine will, and do not engage themselves in self effort now. If you see that the present self effort is sometimes thwarted by fate or divine will, you should understand that the present self effort is weak. A weak and dull-witted man sees the hand of Providence when he is confronted by a strong and powerful adversary and succumbs to him. Sometimes it happens that without effort, someone makes a great gain. For example, the state elephant chooses in accordance with an ancient practice a mendicant as the ruler of a country, whose king suddenly died without leaving an heir. This is certainly not an accident nor some kind of divine act, but the fruits of the mendicant's self-effort in the past birth. Small parenthesis. In ancient India, if the king died without having any followers to the throne, they will take the royal elephant and walk with it on the street, and the elephant will choose the new king of the country. So that was basically everything was based on karma of that person. I continue the reading. Sometimes it happens that the farmer's efforts are made fruitless by a hailstorm. Surely the hailstorm's own power was greater than the farmer's effort, and the farmer should put greater effort now. He should not grieve over the inevitable loss. If such grief is justified, why should he not weep daily over the inevitability of death? The wise man should, of course, know what is capable of attainment by self effort and what is not. It is, however, ignorance to attribute all this to an outside agency and say that God sends me to heaven or hell, or that an outside agency makes me do this or that. Such an ignorant person should be shunned. One should free oneself from likes and dislikes and engage oneself in righteous self effort and reach the supreme truth, knowing that self effort alone is another name for divine will. We only ridicule the fatalist. That alone is self effort, which springs from right understanding, which manifests in one's heart, which has been exposed to the teaching of the scriptures and the conduct of the holy ones. Next page, bear with me. Vasistha continued. With a body free from illness and mind free from distress, one should pursue self knowledge so that one is not born here again. Such self effort has a threefold root and therefore threefold fruits. Be careful. An inner awakening in the intelligence, a decision in the mind, and the physical action. Self effort is based on these three knowledge of scriptures, instructions of the preceptor, and one's own effort. Fate or divine dispensations does not enter here. Hence, he who desires salvation should divert the impure mind to pure endeavor by persistent effort. This is the very essence of all scriptures. The Holy Ones emphasizes, persistently tread the path that leads to the eternal good. The wise seeker knows the fruit of my endeavor will be commensurate with the intensity of my self-effort, and neither fate nor God can ordain it otherwise. Indeed, such self-effort alone is responsible for whatever man gets here. When he is sunk in unhappiness, to console him, people suggest that this is his fate. This is obvious. One goes abroad, one appeases one hunger, by undertaking a journey and by eating food not on account of a fate. No one has seen such a fate, but everyone has experienced how an action, good or evil, leads to a result, good or bad. Hence, right from one's childhood, one should endeavor to promote one's true good salvation by a keen, intelligent study of the scriptures, by having the company of the holy ones, and by right self effort. Faith or divine dispensations is merely a convention which has come to be regarded as truth or by truth by being repeatedly declared to be true. If this God or faith is truly the ordainer of everything in this world, of what meaning is any action, even like baiting, speaking, or giving? To whom should one teach at all? No. In this world, everything except the course is active, and such activity yields its appropriate results. No one has ever realized the existence of a fate or divine dispensations. People use such expressions as I am impelled by fate or divine dispensations to do this for self satisfaction, but this is not true. For example, if an astrologer predicts that a young man would become a great scholar, does that young man become a great scholar without study? No. Then why do you believe in divine dispensations? Rama. This says Vishvamitra became a Brahma Rishi by self effort. All of us have attained the self knowledge by self effort alone. Hence, renounce fatalism and apply yourself to self effort. I don't know if you are aware of what I just read you here, but guys, this is yoga. And if you don't believe me, the name of the book is Yoga Vasistha, the Supreme Yoga. Again, I tell you, yoga has nothing to do with the body. Yoga is of the mind. It's intelligence. It's how your mind works. And if you see how beautiful Vasistha Muni is explaining to Rama reality, because truth is based on reality, not fatalism, not blue star attitude, not crazy people that they think they do yoga and meditate and hug trees and whatever nonsense they can come in their mind. That is not yoga. That's a disease of the mind, a disease of the heart also. Avoid such people because they are infectious as well. Yoga in reality is based on reality itself, not on some other nonsense. And as Vasistha said, don't find a reason for your stupidity. Don't find a reason or an excuse. Don't say, oh, I'm like this because of my fate. I'm like this because, okay, you are as you are now, but in the next second you can be a different person because of your effort. So we have to do something. Whatever we do, we will have the results of that action. And as Vasistha again says, the man who is not spending his life in acquiring knowledge of the self is the most stupid man on this earth. He was born for nothing. Any person, and I can take all the blames for everybody who will not like what I say, every person who is born and is living just to enjoy life, he is worse than a donkey, he is worse than a pig on this earth. Because the pigs and the donkeys, they don't have the intelligence of a human being, but we have it. And if we live like them our whole life, it was a complete failure. You can be the richest man in society, you can have the most beautiful women, but you have absolutely no value. You have completely wasted your life for nothing. The only wealth you can attain in this earth is the one that leads you to Brahma Jnana, to the knowledge of God. And knowledge of God is not you read the Bible, you read the Yoga Vasistha, or you read anything. It's the effort you put yourself in your actions towards your self-realization. All these books, they will help you. But nobody will do the job except you. So I'm very beautiful to see again how Vasistha is saying to people, I mean, he said it before about me, but saying the same thing as I'm saying to people, reality, accept reality, stop dreaming, stop being a blue star, stop thinking about a person should be like this should be like that. My God, my dear, you live in a dream, you are lost in a dream, wake up. And nobody will wake you up except yourself. And this is the moment to do it. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, not when you are old, only this moment, because when death will come, it will take you like this. It will not take you, oh, but you will feel I'm going to die after 5 days. I have 5 days, I will study this, do some meditation. It doesn't work like that. So be wise, because this life is yours. It is the most precious thing you have. You have nothing else on this earth except your intelligence and knowledge. Om Shakti.